Welcome to the Metals Investment Forum. It's my great pleasure to welcome back Silver47. It's a very interesting company with a lot of high-grade already resource in the United States, from Alaska to Nevada to New Mexico. So welcome, Giordy.
Yes, thank you, Chen, and thank you for having us on your panel earlier. It's been a great conference so far.
Well, great. I mean, silver is really taking off.
Mhm.
Yeah, right now we have close to $100, and then you seem to have the silver deposit, high grade silver deposit in the best jurisdiction, which is United States.
Yeah.
And then you have 3 different deposits. Maybe you can describe to us what you have.
For sure. So we have, like Chen said, 3 core assets all in the Western United States: Alaska, Nevada, and New Mexico. Jointly, these 3 projects combined host 247 million ounces silver equivalent, between 3 and 400 grams per ton. Right now, we have $55 million in working capital, so we're in an excellent position financially to go out and advance all 3 of these throughout 2026.
Well, excellent. I mean, I think the first time Silver47 have so much working capital, so you can really go ahead to drill the
That's right.
target, high priority target. So what, tell us what target you're looking, what you want to achieve in Alaska and then Nevada, maybe in New
For
Mexico.
sure. So starting in New Mexico, that's actually where we started the year drilling, and we're just wrapping up that drilling program now. And the goal of that was to step out from our resource zone that we've been drilling at over the last couple of years, stepping out as much as 1.5 kilometers, looking to demonstrate to the market that there's a pathway to a critical mass there. And then jumping down to or up to Nevada, where we're going to be drilling here starting in a couple weeks. We're going to do a minimum of 7,000 meters there, looking to find the entire extension to the entire Tonopah mining district. So again, similar to New Mexico, big step outs here, looking to find a major deposit to add to what we already have there. And then in Alaska, that's going to be the big program that we do throughout the year. We're going to have 4 drill rigs turning up to 25,000 meters. And that one, it's going to be a combination of drilling in the areas of known mineralization in the known deposits that we have, while the other 2 rigs are going to be stepping out at some of the other mineralized prospects, looking to advance the project.
Well, excellent. I mean, Alaska project seems, or they already have a very sizable
That's right.
resource.
Yeah.
Historically, a lot of money was put into
That's
that
right.
project, and you get it at actually penny on the dollar.
Yeah. So yeah, we acquired that asset off of a company called White Rock Minerals a few years back while Silver47 was still private. When we acquired that asset, there was already about $30 million worth of exploration spent. There's about 38,000 meters worth of drilling that made up that 168 million ounce resource. So based on the last couple of years of drilling that we've had throughout the summer there, we feel quite confident that we can upgrade that resource over the next couple of weeks here to a number that we think would support a strong PEA. So that's kind of another major catalyst that we'll have on the horizon here.
Fine.
Shortly.
What's the time frame for the PEA?
Yeah,
If
so-
it's successful, I believe it is. Just looking at the drill results you have.
So for
So
the
far.
resource, we're going to have that updated in hopefully 4 weeks. And from there, a PEA would be 6 to 9 months to follow.
6 to 9 months to follow. So basically, then what's your plan? You plan to go for permit this project, or maybe you sell it to the major because
Yeah,
the potential is so strong.
for sure. So I think we're still in the phase on this project of trying to wrap our arms around as many ounces as we can. We need to not only add to what we have at Dry Creek and West Tundra, which are the 2 deposits that make up the resource, but we do need to start to test these other mineralized prospects. And I do think that there's probably a few more years of drilling for us to do there before we start to look at, do we want to start to permit this? Do we want to look for an off-ramp opportunity? So I think that we still need a couple more years to drill this out fully before we kind of look for how we're going to advance it.
Well, great. Again, Alaska is one of the hottest managed jurisdiction in the past few years because the Trump administration was so supportive of development of Alaska. They're all even invest, U.S. government is investing in the company in Alaska. So you are one of those companies that have a lot of critical minerals for the
Absolutely.
United States.
Yeah, so that deposit, it is a silver-rich polymetallic deposit. So it's silver, gold, zinc, lead, and copper. And all of those, aside from gold right now, are critical minerals in the US. So there's certainly a lot of opportunity there. And where we operate in Alaska as well, we're exclusively on state managed land. So that's certainly we benefit from that permitting process rather than federal permitting processes like Forest Service or BLM. So that's a huge plus for us. And like you said, that there is certainly money available from the government for funding opportunities. We've already seen the government get involved in other companies in Alaska since the Trump administration has been in power. So it's certainly encouraging.
All right, great. Next to Nevada, and even your neighbor seems to command much higher valuation just on one deposit in Nevada versus you have your 3, and then have them with more ounces.
Yeah, so our neighbor in Tonopah is Black Rock Silver. They have the western half of the district, where we have the eastern half. They've developed a 108 million ounce resource, and I believe that their market cap as of last week exceeded $800 million. And it's what we have on the eastern half. The deposits here, the vein systems, it's more or less identical. We've obviously done far less drilling than our neighbors have, but we still have a nice 46 million ounce resource. But when you look at the ounces in the ground relative to your valuation, there's clearly a discrepancy right now amongst some of our high grade peers like BlackRock and then us.
Well, and then you have 3.
And we have 3. That's right. Yes.
Well, New Mexico. I have a good friend. He's named Quentin Henning. He seems to be very excited about this project. So can you tell us what's the potential? Seems like it's under the radar. Nobody really paid attention. But Geo, who's very experienced like Quentin Henning, seems to think this could be worked out just by itself.
So down in New Mexico there, it's a little bit different flavor of a vein system than what we have in Nevada. So our geos like to say that this is like the northernmost of the classic Mexican style vein deposits that exist. And the reason they say that is because the main vein that we're working on there right now, called the Queen Vein, it gets up to be 40, 50 meters wide at some points. And our best hits there are, 31 meters of 448 grams, 23 meters of 442. So you can add ounces like that, extremely quickly. And we're now getting back into a market where good results like that can really move the needle. Where we've been used to this over the last couple of years when markets have been a little bit softer, and that wasn't the case.
Well, excellent. So you already drilled. You're waiting for the lab result. Is that the
situation? Correct. So we just spent the last couple months there drilling throughout the winter. We just wrapped it up as of last week, and we sent off the assays off to the lab, and they're now pending.
Okay. How many holes, and when do you think you can get some results?
Yeah.
To move the stock.
Yeah, so this program was really targeted. It was, like I said, there were big step outs, 1.5 kilometers. We just drilled 2 holes here, and with the goal there of really showing a pathway to a critical mass number. So hopefully we can get those out, pending on assay turnaround time, 6 weeks.
In 6 weeks?
So could be a little bit longer if it's a bit of a...
Right, the lab has been very busy these days because of the gold and silver price. But that itself could really move the needle.
For sure. So, I mean, when I look at the year ahead, we're going to have drill programs on all 3 projects, including the one that we just finished in New Mexico. So rolling out all of those assays as they become available, mixing in as well the updated resource and PEA at Red Mountain. And we're going to have a very, very action-packed 2026.
Oh, excellent. Looks like but finally you have the capital to execute and hit all the important targets you have. And you will have continued news throughout 2026.
That's right. Yes.
Oh, as a shareholder, and I look forward to the results.
Yes, me too.
And I think the share price is relatively very undervalued, because I was in the last financing because the silver drawdown. So actually, it's still trading slightly below the financing price. So for the investors watching, it's a good opportunity.
Absolutely.
Okay, great. Thank you. Looking forward to hear more from you.
Thank you again, Chen. Much appreciated.